You know, I did give you a very edgy character, and I'm like, just do it. If you're not doing it, you got to go for the full effect, the full edge. Is it cringy? Just go for it.
Just
Everybody's
go for
going to be a little bit of cringe. Somebody out there will love it.
it. Am I a mean person?
Is it cringe a little bit? Yeah. You know, certain things I'm like, we can take this one in stride. I know I'm doing this wrong.
I have the IQ of a plankton.
Like a psycho.
Oh, dude, I'm an idiot.
That roughly serial killer level.
Hi, so I collaborated with Dee, a fantasy artist I initially found on Twitter, and we hit it off chatting. And then we had the idea that we will each make a sketch for one another, and then continue from there to paint the other person's sketch with our own art style. And here is how it went down. So yeah, tell me about what went through your head when you started doing like the sketch, and what were your thoughts really?
Okay, OC characters. Which of my characters do I think is easier to draw or color? Which is always stage one. And then I was like, okay, my paladin character Quinn is pretty easy to draw and color and stuff. They're also pretty fun because they could be like spooky or happy. Either direction works for them. So I was like, okay, cool. And then from that, at the very beginning of the video, there's a whole bunch of me fiddling around with different head tilts and compositions and things like that. And I wasn't liking anything that I was doing. And then eventually I was like, okay, how about we do the spooky elements and get them in there? So I did the skull mask.
Nothing is more spooky than a skull.
I thought about the skull mask because I was like, they are technically undead.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, they're technically undead, super zombie. And I was like, okay, I want to have the spooky element, which is a big part of their character. Yeah, here you go. Me doing a whole bunch of
like poses
of different poses and deciding that I hated all of them. Until the final one. There we go. Here's where I was like, okay, mask here.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. You need like the shapes for the hair, for the braid.
Yeah, you gotta do the anatomy underneath. I always draw hands too big, so I always have to shrink them down. And then like I do several layers of sketches because I understand my sketches are horribly messy. Cleanup version 1. There's a cleanup version 2 later. Just because I was like, it's still super messy and somebody else has to like deal with this. Yeah, this is the neater cleanup. You could decide to keep any of these lines or keep none of these lines. It is all up to you.
I just realized watching your sketch that like I completely forgot that you drew in an earring and I just completely disregarded it.
It's fine. I think I missed some of your details. I was like, what is that? I don't know. We're just gonna pretend it's not there. You're gonna get close enough. And then there was me squiggling about with backgrounds.
I remember asking you on Twitter what it is.
And all this other stuff, and I was just like, I hate all of it, so we're just gonna do this.
Just gonna let me figure it out.
Yeah, I was just like, do whatever you want. What's the circle? Compositional element. Take it out, leave it in.
And of course, here's my sketch as well, which went down in a similar way. And I was figuring out like how I want to put things. And usually like I start with the head, right? As you can see there. Then I always move things around because I'm never decisive. I was working on the hands, as you can see, which was awful for me. I know you like doing hands. I saw you tweet about that, which is like, I'm thinking about just outsourcing my hands drawings to you. So whenever I need like to draw hands, I'll pay you a symbolic amount of money and you can just draw the hands.
Just add hands to this. Here you go.
Here you go. Like, I want you to do this motion with the hands and you just figure it out from like a physical description. I'm just gonna write down.
Oh, I saw this little cigarette.
Yeah, I was thinking about like a Japanese incense and I was like, that's a weird pose to hold an incense, right? So I went ahead with like drawing of flowers or something. Like I had no idea what I was gonna like hold in my hand there. From a wand to something else. I had no idea what I wanted to do.
I love the hat though. The hat was cool. It also was like the perfect element to add.
Oh, like I like how I write you in the sketch. It's like the perspective of the hat is your problem because I'm not gonna deal with it. I think it says like I assume that's what I wrote because I don't remember.
You make sense of this. Okay.
And I was like, you just Dee will handle this, and I don't need to worry about it. That's the fun part about big corporations, right?
Which is also what I did with my background. I was like, this is up to you. It's in your hands
you
now.
were nice. It's a background. I give you like a main element to worry about. I hate the perspective of witch. Like I love witch and wizard hats. It's like so much like the fantasy feel of them. I like the thematics of a wizard, okay, but I don't have the smart for it. After we introduced the other's torture and problems, all that was left for each of us is to figure out the rendering. And then it was time to hit the canvas and start painting everything. But that will be in the second part of this expose.